let's pump the pressure. Because I don't think he has way around it. And he cannot race us really. They read the Stomper and they still have zero idea how it works. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today finally a Golgari deck, and the deck I really enjoyed playing with. So, before we go, it's Torto Felipe's deck from one of the tournaments, so you will see a sideboard version for this one. However, I wanted to test it in best of one, and I have to say that it worked for me. The deck, even though it doesn't play sweepers, like, does a lot, with Scrapgorger being extremely good against mono blue because you can exile all of their graveyards. It also ramps you into Zendikar directly, into possibly Breach on the next turn, which this is pretty insane. And one of the powerhouses for the deck outside of Sheoldred and Glissa mid-game is the Rex, the big Rexy. The fact that it cannot be countered means that your matchup against control decks is better than expected, especially that you have pretty aggressive shell with Stompers, Glissa, possibly flipping the Zendikar. So generally your opponent not only fears this poison that requires you to hit 3 times in total, but also the damage, and 8 damage with trample is a lot. So yeah, the deck does a lot of stuff, and most of the cards in the deck are really threatening. So I think you know, you can do some magic here. We have also quite a lot of removal with basically standard 4 removals here and Bushwhacks that usually you want to save for a fight spell. Something I learned the hard way. Fight is not exactly fight. Fight is basically when 2 creatures fight each other and deal non-combat damage equal to its power. It means that when Glissa fights, she has no first strike, and you will see a shame scoop about this one. I think it's pretty educational, and good shame scoop is always a bit entertaining, even though it makes me boil inside out of shame. Alright, basically let's go into the games. And guys, don't forget to subscribe, really helps the channel, so, you know, we won't make it longer, but if you appreciate it, go for it. Alright, let's have some fun. Alright, we're going first. And man, I already like the deck. Whenever I see Golgari, it's like, yeah, that's cool. Right, Goose? Like, we're having just a good time here with Magic. And our opponent is not mono-red, which means that the game will be fun. What a coincidence. Instantly some Golgari deck. And they are scared. Rightfully so. Alright. I will play like this. I don't have enough green mana, also for the next turn, because I want to Bushwhack into green, into Stomper, but I still will have one to live. I mean, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. Fortunately, I'm the better player, and I am on the play. So I can make this whole strategy. Man, if I wasn't on the play, I would be on the losing side right now. So that's always epic. I'm glad. That's how it goes. Myrex. Myrex is not second green. I will go for the forest then. Just because I could not play a land and use Myrex on the next turn, but I don't think that's a great strategy. We definitely want to breach the multiverse, you know? Right, Goosey Goosey? Like, she's so cute. Alright, I attack and then he needs to do something, right? However, if I go for Zendikar first, it will be even more fun. Glissa will get removed, so I probably won't get this epic play, but if something like this happens, and I get the epic play, like, man, he's out of the game. And the fun part is, he's out of the game because he was on the draw. If I was on the draw, I would be in his spot. So that's great. I definitely need some more green. We have enough black, we just need green for the Rex and all this good stuff. So we attack. It's really nice our opponent has shown that he has nothing. And I mean, I will put some permanents. Man, drawing card is also so cool. But I want to force some, you know, cool gameplay here. Elemental, go. Now he has 2 creatures to answer. He has Glissa, but I mean, well, the Rex does not have first strike. Like, he has a lot of stuff. Trample, Ward, Haste, Toxic, cool art. He's Phyrexian. Like, what more can you want? And the answer is, you probably want first strike Death Touch. So we actually cannot play it until he like we deal with No way. You're a monster and you know it. Not the chapter 1. However, it means... You know what's funny? We can lock him eternally on chapter 1 as long as we have Glissa. It's a very bad strategy, but it's a cool one. I think I might actually do it this one time, because if he doesn't get the perfect card, I should win, right? Let's see what he plays that I can steal. Bro, you should play better stuff, honestly. So I wanted to attack with Glissa. I would remove the counter, because then he can only remove my plant dinosaur, right? It means he doesn't get a perfect card, which could be Invasion of Fiora, so land Invasion of Fiora and sweep. And yeah, that was the only out I think he had. And I just realized, like, I was talking to myself before our opponent woke up, that man, this looks really like a Silent Hill triangle guy, right? Like he has head. And I was just thinking, yeah, but he has no sword, right? But maybe if he gets +3, maybe that's the sword. Maybe that's the origin story, how it all happened. And I tell you, man, that's some quality commentary. Yeah, with the Glade, I think we can take 1 more damage and save Bushwhack, because we have lands, we just don't have correct colors. But if we can just take this 1 pain on the next turn, like, we can just keep playing lands and Bushwhack with Sheoldred, and this can be really huge. So, against the humans, definitely not a good hand, especially if he has perfect curve. So, you will see how this damage stacks like crazy. And we can block with Scrap Gorger, but you know there will be something absolutely insane. It will be probably another Vanguard, because that's the best case scenario. But we'll see, it can be Adeline. Like, he will get a lot of stuff. So it's scary. Told you. If you want to predict what your aggro opponent has, you just need to take the perfect situation, and this is what he has. Like every time. It's usually the Brutal Qatar play, but you know. So, I guess we can go with Sheoldred and see the Brutal Qatar then. That's how I like it. And we are already at 9. It's so fun when the meta is all aggro. It's the best way to make everyone not being able to play the game, basically. I don't mind some aggro, but definitely, I personally don't think aggro should be tier 1. Like, it should be at good win rate, you know, it's fine. But making it basically the best deck of the format means you don't need to do anything more. Like, you already got the best deck, right? So, I think in this situation it's Sheoldred. What is he playing? I have no idea. I think he will recruitment officer. So let's give him the hard situation. It's not the perfect play, but we're getting slowly some value, and we are using... I mean, the Scrap Gorger doesn't get the tokens, right? Or the counters. Easy. Told you. They always have it when they need it. However, to be fair, he didn't have it on the Sheoldred turn, which would be the biggest deal. Can I be aggressive already? No, because one of the creatures will die to Brutal Qatar. When I untap, I can go for the throat, so I can Bushwhack as well, and I think I won the game with this. And as you can see, man, isn't it funny? We have 5 mana Sheoldred and 4 mana Sheoldred, and the 4 one is always the target. Alright, so we should be okay with this one. Man, we need to pay so much for everything. We need to pay 2 and we need 4 mana for 1 drop. That's legit. Do I want to be aggressive? I kinda would love to. I don't want to flip, that's the point. I have 5 mana, 6, so I can go for Rex on the next turn if the Scrap Gorger won't die. But killing stuff is still better. Alright, we have to fight. I use this one and get rid, yeah, of Brutal Qatar. I should have enough mana, right? Legit, absolutely legit. I love that Wizards decided that there is not enough aggro, we need to print some more. And then they did. And they did. So of course we cannot attack right now. If I wanted to sneak more damage, I would attack with Sheoldred, they wouldn't block, and oh my god, a Paragon as well. So good at magic. Alright, extremely annoying. Land is a very good draw. Like, we probably want to go into this Rex territory. Right? He can get some value with Brutal Catar, but he won't be able to pay the ward. Or so we can just start exiling stuff, which is something I should definitely realize. So I hope he won't be able to kill me. It's a big if, but I hope he won't. And it's already like 11 damage on board. So maybe that was... yeah, I think I lost. I think I just threw it. I just really didn't realize that it's so much damage. There's only this as a first striker. He should not block. He should just fish for Brutal Catar, get rid of one of the blockers and win, or go with another Vanguard and win, or go Adeline and win. You get the idea. If he blocks, I am feeling super comfortable. Like, he can replay the card, but it's not like he's killing the Rex. Yep, and that's probably our doom. Because I don't think we'll survive another. I think I should maybe attack with Sheoldred, because that has menace and it would be lethal. But he just blocks it with this, and I trade 1 for 1, so I don't really get much. Yeah, I don't think that would be good. Alright, let's see. Let's see. If he didn't block, alright, that's not the thing. He needs another Brutal Catar. Oh, he's not going for the kill. And he might not like what will happen. Alright, this will be a huge attack probably. I can just sneak the damage with Trample probably. I should think longer about this turn, but instead I will do this because it's super epic and he doesn't have too much toughness in the board, so I can just kill creature that blocks the Rex and he will probably mismanage the damage. Not really mismanage, he needs to go risky, but we can absolutely punish it, and we have, like, this is the amount of mana you need to play your 2 drops against this deck, so we kinda navigated it okay. It wasn't perfect, but I tried to play moderately fast for a Sloth, you know. The opponent goes first. You know, never great to be on the draw, but with some removal, maybe we can have a great game. However, this option... Anyway, back to the game. But Bushwhack is pretty good. I don't think we need more lands right now. Let's make a stop. Let's go with the cat now. And that we don't have, of course. But, you know, I can pretend. That's definitely the land you don't like seeing as a mono red. It's not like that's how cut down triggers look like, but who knows? It's definitely worth the you know, the play. It might be the most interesting thing that will happen for this game because our opponent is mono red, so I mean there's not much to talk about in here. Let's go with the Scrap Gorger. Yeah, because then we can stomp our Bushwhack and we can have triple green for it. Oh, I got another Bushwhack. I mean, the card, I have to say, the card is flexible. If you can either get removal or land, it usually helps. So a pretty decent card. Only 1 mana. Play with fire on the face. Cool. Never seen before. Bottom. So he's random mode right now. Man, imagine playing mono red after 10 months of playing mono red. Alright, we cannot block. Perfect. This is how I like it. Random 6 damage to the face. So we can do it like this still. I mean, we are going places, but I'm not sure if we can kill him in time. We need black mana for sure. With Bushy. I control this, you control this. Let's go with this one. So, even with Warfare it cannot trade. Unfortunately, we are long before we can start trading. So we need him to whiff a little bit. He can attack. Yeah, read the text because you never seen this card before. Man, this is mono red. I want to point out, this is mono red in Mythic. They read the Stomper and they still have zero idea how it works. Oh my god. This is the stuff that keeps happening in Standard. And this is what happens when aggro decks are the best decks in the format. People have zero idea how to play this game or how the cards work. Like, no joke, man. So do we go with Boseiju? It can be useful. However, we can go still with the Rex and we can ensure that we will get land for the next turn, which means very quickly far. So I hope this is the right play, but you can never know. They can still win every game if they have enough luck in drawing cards. So I mean, that's always a great design. So we have absolute control over the game, however, he can just burn us randomly and still win. Alright, Trick is definitely very helpful for him. Alright, so we can unleash a lot of power on the next turn. Still not enough to go for the Rex, or for the Stomper. That's not a big difference. So, we will be at 5, we can absolutely die. We will keep one blocker, because even mono red player at some point might start reading cards that he plays since probably months. As Swift Spear, we have one blocker, so that's fine. And we won, because he didn't draw the correct cards. So I'm super proud. Yeah, he's still reading those cards, he never seen anything that isn't red. And he's super weirded out that different cards I mean, bro. He wouldn't win if he attacked with Kumano, because that was 3 damage difference. But I really think in Mythic you should know how Stomper works. I actually didn't see this work since few months, where this was a new card, kinda, for a lot of players, so they didn't know what it does. But at this point, mono red players should really read those cards. Alright guys, I'm weirded out by this hand. Like, it has no sense. But do we take it? I think we still will, because we have Mirex, so if we hit control deck, I think we can do it. And don't forget, we can just draw the perfect curve. Like the ramp creature on turn 2. See? I'm so good at Magic, like I just name cards and they are on top of my deck. That's how you Mythic, bro. Right, Goose? Geese? Yeah, they always... Man, they are so cute. Alright, our opponent is also doing stuff. It's amazing how much Golgari I see when I play Golgari. I don't think I ever met so much of this deck, but you know, it's just a thought. Oh my god, you will be so... Bro, do you have Death Touch? Bah. Okay, it's fine. So we have 2 ways to go around it, but Mirex seems to be just a good way to go about it. Alright, I'm scared because I will be so toxic in a second. Please don't play a creature. This one time, please. No creatures, just do whatever you want. Bro, that's a creature. You are a monster. And you know it. He really likes going for it, huh? In all honesty, that's a good play. Some players might not block. It has so little sense that your opponent might assume maybe there's something, but probably not after you tapped out. So, we can go for Tekenuma or Mirex. Mirex does not matter right now. Tekenuma can get what? Sheoldred? Glissa. But we're still playing Sheoldred right now. I think it's better. I think it's still better. Alright, I hoped for some creatures, but it's fine. It's fine. Alright. It should be sharded. It should be sharded. Also, I have some cards in the graveyard, so my Scrap Gorger is better. So no, we are getting something at least. And let's see. Like with the Necrogenesis or whatever it's called, yeah, sacrificing Rot Priest might make sense. So he kinda didn't waste anything, but it's much less toxic, and we're at 1. He doesn't have easy attacks, and the creature is pretty huge, so fighting spells won't be extremely amazing. He probably plays, you know, Tyvar Stunt, I think that was the name. So this is definitely one of the decks that plays it. It's one of the biggest reasons to just go, you know, this kind of colors. See? That's why having big creature, very good. Good creature, big creature. Charlotte would already die if she didn't have 5 toughness. I know, crazy math. The highest level commentary you will ever see in Mythic. However, he doesn't have... When he stops attacking and I can just keep playing stuff, it's pretty good. I lost my ramp, so there's that. I stomp, yeah. So we have double black mana. Everything we have is black right now. And we have triple green, so we should go for Swamp here. It's pretty slow. But hey, on the other side I can actually go for the No. For some reason I thought it's Vorak. Vorak, not Stomper. Stomper, not Vorak. Important stuff, Sloth. Told you. I have this kind of spells. We cannot attack. We just need to hope that we can survive just a little bit longer. Because we have way better cards. We just need to survive, and our mana is a little bit awkward. Alright, so what is... Yeah, Tyvar Stunt. It's not like we have a choice. Oh, Undying Mice. Alright, so that's the sub team for the deck. Still, we negated a lot of damage, which won't matter. If we block the other guy, it would be worse. This one has Toxic 2, basically. And this one has Toxic 1, so you still get better deal. Alright, getting slowly to breaching the verse. Go for the Throat Mirex? Not the best one, but on the next turn we could breach the multiverse. We could also search for a perfect card, which I have no idea what would be. I don't even have Sharded, so the chapter 3 isn't bad, like the best. We could get the Stomper. You know what? Having Stomper is not bad. But probably going for the Throat is still better. We cannot attack. That's not how we win. A rough cookie. A rough cookie. So we prevent the Cardo in case that will be a protection spell. Also, I think it will have Summoning Sickness if he does the thing. Oh, that's not the thing. But the other thing. Man, it's so hard to fight against this deck if they have the right cards. You basically need to hope that they whiff at some point. And usually they don't seem to be whiffing. At least, well, sometimes they do, but... You know, it's rough. We have to sacrifice Sharded as well. That's the only way to survive. Fortunately, the trample won't go through. But yeah, otherwise we just die instantly because of Proliferate. So, Breach the Multiverse needs to do a lot of dirty work, and we cannot even win with Shard. So when this dies, we lose the game. Cool. Extremely appreciated. Very, very fun. I love dying to death triggers. Go. Roulette. The roulette card. Go. Please save me. Because I need something really strong. Glissa. Nice. Opponent. Do you have something, please? There's no way. I cannot kill it without killing it. Alright, so opponent's graveyard, Glissa. because I want Glissa. And let's finish the game faster. And let's see if he knows the weakness of our play. He should. I think he will. If he sacrifices the right creature, he wins right now. Oh boy, it is brutal. As you can see, we stabilize. He's in full top deck mode, he cannot attack anymore. But that was also the last poison counter. Alright, let's see the hand. Oh, we are on the play with pretty good curve, so we definitely take it. With Glissa, hopefully can make some nice plays. So, do we go for Bushwhack? We don't have lands, but I think it's too good of a card. Like, we'll save it. With Glissa, it's insane. So, no. Oh no, that's not the matchup we really wanted. However, Scrap Gorger, because we are on the play, we are a really good player, and we can do it. But our opponent is also a good player, and he drew Fading Hope. And if he drew also a counterspell, he can counter. This is one of the best cards for the whole game. Because it negates basically his whole deck. So yeah. That's why we play Glissa, because for this matchup, Glissa is worse than the Scrap Gorger. And on the next turn, we can prevent this counterspell. However, as you can see, our opponent was good enough to have exactly the line of play to prevent what we have. And that was the only line of play like this. Still, he can draw a lot of cards, but definitely that was one of the ways we wanted to go about it. Let's keep the Edict. It's not perfect. First, our opponent is really good at drawing perfect cards in order. I have to say, like, he also discarding basically, yeah, with this kind of draw, even on the draw you basically are on the play, because you didn't miss anything. You actually invested this one Fading Hope to fully negate my first turn. So really, really good. I don't think we're in a good spot right now. We're not in a good spot. Let's play another one, with always with a lot of free mana, so we can either go even around the scatter something, counterspell, that demands you to pay 4. And I mean, we keep the Edict, I guess. We don't do anything. We can just keep the mana. Our opponent is just drawing a lot of cards, which is never good for us. Alright, I actually forgot. But let's see how he plays it. You really want to use it before, like playing Tolarian Terror. Alright, we'll take blue mana because I like blue. And of course we get rid of blue stuff first. Blue instants. Alright, so the point is that in order to cast Tolarian Terror, you pay the mana cost first, so you cannot really respond to it. He has 4, so Tolarian Terror costs 4. But we have Edict, so he needs to fully tap out, right? It might be tricky, but I think we won't end-step it in fear of Spell Pierce. When we untap, we will have enough mana to overwhelm, even if they have Terror, but the problem is Flow of Knowledge, and that we don't have cards that actually deal damage. Like literally no cards that deal damage. And he drew 2 of the Fading Hopes already. So it means that he's really good at slowing the game down. Alright. I see. That's a good play for him. So let's see what the play is. Even mono blue players should at this point decide on the line of play. To be fair, it's not an easy decision. It's like he really needs to basically guess the whole game. What I have in the hand, what he has in the hand, what are the next draws for him, for me, and basically evaluate of all the chances, how likely Jin is to die, and how many protection layers he needs. If he goes a bit all in, he can just keep 1 layer with 1 negate, and that's 1 mana. He can use the other one for different stuff like Impulse. If he doesn't want to do it, he can fully protect with double counter spell. Or he can just go all in and hope that maybe I don't have removal. He can also rope out and make me look silly for pretending that he has cards. If I'm correct, he cannot respond to this. And given he's mono blue player, we do not mind. Alright, it's fine. Don't you worry. Let's go for blue mana, the most important one. And let's get those instants. Oh, he's here. I think he got disconnected. Possibly. We keep the Bushwhack. At some point it will be a removal. And we say go. So we basically need to get rid of all the instants. But he's really good at never whiffing on cards. Like, man, he's playing like Cardo since like 3 turns. Alright, but it's just a 4-4. And let's see how much longer he can respond to... Oh, I think there are good things happening for us. Always blue mana. That's my favorite. Fading Hope. It doesn't matter. Really. Alright, let's get one green, just for diversion. And so we target the instance, of course. As you can see, the Jin is smaller and smaller. And let's pump the pressure. Because I don't think he has way around it. And he cannot raise us, really. Because his stuff is too small. He has a very tiny stuff, and it will get tinier because we get rid of 2 creatures a turn, and he has no way of doing anything about it. Like, he can basically what he wants to do is fully stack like Cardo after Cardo after Cardo and just go super wild. He needs those terrors, and even though we exile a card or 2 every turn, he still stacks them. It's already 5th, right? And he hit instant as well. He really wanted to dump any card, and he really wanted the instant on top of his library. He got it. So far, extremely good at drawing all of the cards at every phase. And that's the outcome. Even if he had 1 less card, that would be a huge difference. I mean, like, huge difference. So, let's start. Don't forget, it's always blue mana. He won't like it. Scrap Gorgers are pretty impressive at getting rid of this stuff. However, he played the terror already. Alright. I fight you. What happens? I don't think he can pump it by 4. And even if he can, I can just go for the throat, because that means he stopped. As you can see, so good at Magic, man. He can get it to 7 already. Imagine not having draw spells in your mono blue deck. Oh boy, that is way harder than it should be. So he's trying to protect only this creature. Which kinda means we can go for the terror. He didn't target more than this. He's super greedy, man. Sure. It means I'm killing the terror. I'm paying the ward. And I'm smorking, yeah. And get hit for a lot. I still need the Rex, but that was 2 Fading Hopes already. Right? I think we exiled both of them. So, yeah. Like, he can still hit the 3rd one. But we can just replay the Rex. It won't be during the combat phase, so that's a thing. Always. Oh no, that's not a blue mana. Told you, this is the most important card for the matchup. If we didn't exile cards, he would be at 15-15 or 15-4 and just race us and win probably. Alright, and we are back in the game. Not much happened. I got duress turn 1, and go for the throat is down the drain. I don't have good basics. So my start is super slow. However, our opponent discarded card we would not be able to play. He kinda went with the gamble. Oh boy. Here you are, Lydia. Here you are. I really want to play Glissa. But I want to play all of those cards. We play Stomper because it gives us some value instantly. We go for the green mana. I think we will have insane trouble beating Liliana. He just needs single removal to keep up the pressure on removal. Oh boy, it gets worse. It gets worse. Glissa is the best of the cards. He doesn't know about second show, so that's some good stuff about this. On the bright side, if he wants to kill Sheoldred, that's why the removal comes into play. If he has a removal in hand, I'm out. I cannot beat Liliana. Like, he has infinite removal basically. against a creature deck that trades 1 for 1 basically. And it means the next creature can also die. If I want to protect Glissa, the problem is he also knows about Glissa, so our line of play is extremely transparent to him. He knows exactly what's the situation. Alright. Alright. You know what? This draw changed a lot. I can win this if the cards go right. So I can play Glissa and Bushwhack the Sheoldred, but then he draws a lot of cards. If he draws a land, he draws it. If not, he just plays another card. So we probably want to kill Sleeper. Which means that we won't be able to kill Sheoldred. Alright, I think we have to go like this then. That's a hard situation, man. I don't have great line of plays, everything has weakness. Unless I go for... Alright, I think I have to kill Sheoldred first and just roll the dice. That's a good trade, it means my Sheoldred stays in some way. Or not really. Alright, I need to learn something. Alright, so it's not a real fight. It's actually a just... Alright, I thought the first strike will make a difference. Alright, I learned something and hopefully so did you, because that was... I lost, but it was actually a shame scoop after seeing how the interaction goes. So, yeah, shame scoop acquired.